What's up, everybody? I'm Mike. This is Annie. It's a beautiful Friday night, and we are drinking some whiskey. So today we are going to be checking out Elijah Craig, a bourbon I've been wanting to try for a while. I've never actually had this, even though it is quite popular. So I wanted to check it out. It is a Kentucky bourbon, which we know about bourbons. It's at least 51% corn. It's aged in new oak barrels, and it's distilled in America. Not necessarily Kentucky, although many bourbons are distilled in Kentucky. Kentuckians, is that the right word? People who live in Kentucky, whatever you call them, would like you to think that bourbon has to be distilled in Kentucky, but technically, to be called a bourbon, but technically it doesn't. So, little facts about Elijah Craig. Elijah Craig was a Baptist pastor who lived in the 18th century. He is credited for being the man who invented bourbon. Apparently in, what year is this? 1789 was when he started distilling bourbon and inventing it. However, many historians, particularly alcohol historians, dispute this claim. So we'll take him at his word. We'll say he was the man who invented bourbon, but again, it's disputed. So let's give this a try. As always, we try it on the rocks, then we try it with some ice, and then we do it with some Coca-Cola. So.
You mean straight up, then rocks, then Coke?
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, that's not
Whatever, it's late night, but another interesting thing about Elijah Craig is that he was a very fiery Baptist preacher, one of those fire and brimstone type guys, and he actually, I believe he was based out of Virginia, but he got so wild, so crazy that he started his own, I don't want to say cult, but I guess you could say the compound type thing in Kentucky, and that's when that they started distilling the bourbon at that point. So he was a little bit one of those religious kooks. And when has religious kookism ever led to anything good? Well, I guess you could say it led to bourbon. So
probably the only good
all right,
thing.
maybe we'll see what's up. So okay, first things first. I kind of like the color. Seems very dark and rich. So on the nose, honey and wood. I say wood more than honey, actually. I'm not sure what type of wood though. It's not oak. It's like
It's like a mahogany
or like a cedar.
Yeah.
It's something like that. It almost smells like the cedar that you would cook fish on in a barbecue, maybe.
Almost smells more like a burnt cedar.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they use for
again, maybe we should be more prepared for this, but I wonder if it's like Jack Daniels where they char the inside of the barrels to get that smell. Well, assholes and elbows. Apples. I almost want to say it's an apple pie. It's very similar to like a baked apple pie, but it's also
that burns a little.
It does, yeah. It's also almost like a caramel apple or a candy apple too. That's what I'm getting off this. Definitely apples are forefront with some bread and a little bit of like nutmeg or something.
I'm definitely getting the honey and the nutmeg.
See, I get the honey on the nose, but not tasting it. Like the tasting notes are a little bit different.
I'm wondering if it's just because it's so strong.
Yeah, it's like a candy apple, and the finish is like nutmeg. I would say it's not bad. I would say it's good, but it's not blowing my socks off.
No.
All right, well, let's try it on the rocks. Ooh. It's a cool bottle, too, don't you think?
Yeah.
Look. Kind of looks interesting.
It looks like the bottles you would see in TV shows when they, like in Buffy or whatever, when they have the holy water. That's what it looks like.
I mean, it makes sense. Elijah Craig was a Baptist pastor. So, although is holy water a Catholic thing, or do Protestants use that too? I was raised Catholic, so I'm not sure.
I think it was all religions that did that, wasn't it?
Well, Christian religions.
Yeah, Christian.
Yeah, certainly not all, but well, if anybody knows that, throw that in the comments section, I suppose. Hit us up. The ice buries the nose a bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting buried.
No, it comes out more with ice. The smokiness.
The wood, the smoky wood flavor does. It buries the honey smell. I'm struggling a bit for notes there with the ice, because everything seems to, whereas like with other things it seems to open up. Other whiskeys, the ice tends to open it up a bit. At least for us, I know some people will say just throw a couple drops of water in.
I'm tasting more of the apple pie now.
Yeah. See, I'm getting a little bit less of it. Yeah. I think this is one of those ones. I think it's a bit better straight up than on the rocks, which I usually prefer on the rocks. Interesting.
Because I like it better on the rocks than straight up.
Fair enough.
Usually.
I guess we don't have to break up over that. Not bad, but it's the same thing. Not knocking my socks off. You know. It's like, yeah, this is good. Well, with some Coca-Cola, I ran out of the cans, so I had to get into my bottle. I like it in a glass bottle better, anyways. I'm gonna throw some more booze in there, Annie. Would you mind? We wanted to this autumn, around this time actually, we're gonna go down to Kentucky and do a bourbon distillery tour. I haven't had much, but obviously COVID put that to thing. We wanted to do all like Woodford and Four Roses and Elijah Craig and maybe even get down to like Maker's Mark and play. That's more like Southern Kentucky, but still could have been fun. Yeah. I guess we're waiting until next year. Yeah. Okay, with some Coca-Cola. The flavor, yeah, it tastes good, but it doesn't. And again, maybe we don't have enough in there. Maybe if we put some more in there, that might change this. But nothing is.
Nothing wowing.
Yeah, nothing's coming out that's really going like ooh, like our last video was Buffalo Trace, yeah. I believe, or maybe not our last video, but one of the last videos we did. And when we mixed it with Coke, we really got the nice spices with the Coca-Cola. And I was like, oh, that's good with Coke. This is just sort of like adds a bit of booze to the Coke.
I do get a little bit of spices on that, but it's
I'm not getting any. I mean,
it's not wowing me like Buffalo Trace did.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, Buffalo Trace is about $20 cheaper than Elijah Craig.
Okay, well, we know what we're getting then.
Yeah.
From now on.
In the glass, after it's been out for a bit, wow, can you ever smell that honey? That has gotten even even more so.
Honey and smoke.
Yeah, honey and like smoked wood, like that smoked cedar. But,
honey smoked ham hock. That's what that is.
Honey smoked ham hock.
Because we were smelling the ham hock earlier today.
Yeah, we were down at the Steam Whistle Distillery and saw some ham hock and it looked really good. But okay, so Annie, your thoughts on Elijah Craig on a whole?
On a whole, I did not enjoy it as I thought I would.
Underwhelming is maybe the right word. I don't want to say it's bad because it isn't. I've had way worse bourbons than this, but I think for the price point, for $10 cheaper, you can get Maker's Mark, and it's a much more aggressive bourbon than Elijah. Yeah, there's a lot more going on with a Maker's Mark. I liked it straight up. I liked it a little less on the rocks, and I don't know that I would mix it with Coke unless I just like, you know what, I don't want a particularly strong flavor in my Coke. I just want something that maybe mixes well, but not like it doesn't overpower anything that's in there. I would give this a thumbs up, but it's a very nominal thumbs up. I think you can, like I said, get better whiskey, certainly better bourbon, for cheaper. But I think if you're going to get into bourbons, this is a good start. because again, it's not going to overpower you. It's not going to be. You're not going to be like, oh my god, like with a Maker's Mark or something particularly strong, or a bullet bourbon even, something that's really going to stand out. So, I will say, if you are looking to get into bourbons, good starting point.
Yeah.
Good starting point. You're going to get that flavor profile and palate for it, but it's not gonna overwhelm you. But I really like the nose once it's been in the glass for a little bit. It is really nice. But so okay, that's Elijah Craig. We got a few more coming up. We may do one tonight. I mean, we might not do two videos. Okay. I mean, you do have to drive home, but we're not drinking much, so.
Well, I'm only taking a few sips.
Okay, cool. Stand by. Another video coming.